Hey, this is Erin with Stetzer Builders, and thank you for joining us today on our YouTube channel. And we are here with Doro's Unique Flooring to talk about anything wood floors. So I'm a client, I'm at your showroom right now, and I have lots of questions for you. And so the two biggest questions I have would be, what kind of wood do I start with, and what kind of finish? So let's start with the wood. I've heard that I can, look at engineered wood flooring or solid wood flooring. What's the difference between the two?
If you were to do engineer versus solid, engineer will behave a lot better than solid. Meaning, if you don't do the right installation on the solid floors, that can give you a bunch of headaches. What I mean by that, it can warp, cup, and they're very sensitive to moisture.
Okay, so solid wood floors are sensitive to moisture.
Yes.
So if you're in a climate like Houston, where we have lots of moisture, that wood's gonna move.
Yes,
Okay.
if you don't do the right installation.
Okay, but you always do the right installation. So I can pick between solid, but tell me about engineering. Why is that, why do people go with engineered wood floors?
You get all the advantages. You get the width,
Okay,
you get the wear layer,
okay,
and not only that, the wood, like I said, it behaves a lot better than solid.
okay. So I can pick 5-inch width, 7-inch width, 12-inch width,
You can go all
whatever
the way
I
to
want.
18 inches.
And it's because it's so stable.
Yes.
So finishes, how do finishes work? Like when I think of finishes, I think of stain, like a recipe. Like behind me, you have different finishes, recipes, right? So you can see these numbers represent finishes.
Correct. There's 3 types of finish out there in the market.
Okay,
The most common one is your polyurethane. You have an oil base and you have a water base. Okay, and then you have the European oil. And then the last one that we were doing, 20 years ago, it was a wax.
Okay.
Which is still pretty, but if you do a wax floor, maintenance comes with it. The pros on the polyurethane, very low maintenance. But if you do a polyurethane floor, whether it's an oil or water base, the best day or the best look that is going to look on that floor is the second day that you and I will walk the floor.
Okay.
That's going to be the best look on your polyurethane floor versus the oil or wax. Even though we don't do wax anymore, well, we do. The older it gets, the prettier it gets.
Okay, so when you use an oil finish, it absorbs into the wood, right? And it gives life to the wood.
Yes, it looks more natural.
Got it. Polyurethane's topical, right? You just put it right on top.
It's literally plastic, poly.
Okay, and so it's stronger, right? A stronger finish. How do we pick the stain? What is the process? If you look behind me, there's a huge variation.
Let's say you like that one, but you want to go in between these two. We create another sample.
Okay,
Then we select a big area. Because if we do in a house that is 4,000 feet, we have to do a room that everybody can gather and we get the final selection.
when we have a larger sample, what are the most common things that come up?
The most common ones that we get is the lighting. Lighting either makes you or breaks you.
Okay.
And that's the one thing that I always tell them. Yes, go ahead. I can give you a designer board, but keep in mind, once you clean everything up and we're ready to stain, we're ready to turn the troops loose. And so that's when we select a larger area, we stain it, we meet again, and then we everybody's happy, thumbs up, and then we turn them loose.
Budget.
Let's talk about budget.
How does budget work? So, all right, let's pick 3 different
Why are you
scenarios.
picking up the B word?
That's right, because I'm in charge of it, right?
Of course.
My signature's on that one.
Yes, you paid the bill.
Yeah, so all right, so let's talk about engineered floors and reclaimed wood floors. How does pricing work with reclaimed?
By going reclaim automatically, it's gonna be a little expensive because you have to salvage the wood. It's quite a bit of process to get the barn, de-nail it, and go through the whole entire process. We have to literally engineer that product at the job site, okay? Because engineer, like I said, it behaves really well, and you get the width, you get the length, and you can still be in budget, okay? Versus the reclaim, we have to build that up, and we have to engineer that product at the job site. So we have to do tar, screeds, plywood.
So even the prep below the flooring,
Yes.
okay, costs more money.
Yes.
Okay. Doro, thank you so much for spending time with us today and our YouTube viewers. You're just like this wealth of knowledge, and wood floors can be tricky. There are a lot of unknowns about wood floors, so thank you for helping us to hone it down to what's most important when people are selecting their wood floors.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming, and I also want to thank my whole entire team. Without them, there will be no Doro, so thank you everyone, and thank you.
And thank you everyone for joining us on YouTube. I hope that was really helpful for anyone building a home, and as you go through the wood floor selection process, hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight. Thank you.